me record. I think it'll let me record onto the cloud. So let's see. Well, before I
It is
begin,
it
hello, how
is
you doing,
recording.
everybody? My name is Leonardo Garcia. I am an executive director with Experior. I am a CEO of Dynasty Legacy Group and one of the leaders of CEO Life. Today, I'm going to be presenting how to be an effective presenter. Now, I would say take notes. I would say use the chat to ask questions. And in between of this presentation, I can easily take a few questions. Just raise your hand. Don't just unmute. It's going to be distracting for a few people. And besides, there'll be too many people talking at the same time. So let's begin. See, these are the company presentation links. What I would do right now, new or seasoned, take a screenshot. Every time you see something in the presentation, guys, that captures your attention, take a screenshot. You know why? Because you one day might be in this side. And you want to remember, how would you present that slide? Am I going to read it to people? Everyone can read. Everyone can read. That's not what you're looking to do when you're doing these presentations. What you're doing is give the information and also give it from your point. So let's think about some things that you have to have in mind. The purpose of a presentation. Why? What's the purpose of this presentation? It doesn't matter what presentation you're presenting, just like I'm presenting this presentation. I know the purpose. The purpose is to give you guys some framework to understand what you should be or how you should be presenting the presentation. So there is a purpose always behind the presentation. Sorry, I just want to make sure I mute this because it's going to start going crazy over here. So, let me put this. Okay, there you go. Put this on mute. So, what's the purpose? Well, here are some points. One, to pique their interest, disturb their mindset, to intrigue, build curiosity, which is not there. You're either going to get someone to an AOA, meaning a business partner, a client, or both, to sell the dream of what we offer. Everybody knows what we offer. They can read that. But when it comes from you, you give it life. You share your excitement. Sometimes people don't even hear the words you're saying. They just want to know, why is that guy so damn excited? It can't be the words I'm reading. This guy's on something else. Whatever he's eating, I want some. I'm eating purpose. It's my dream. I'm living in my dream. That's what I'm sharing. That's what you want to be able to get through the screen, or when you're kneecap to kneecap, to transfer that energy. How is or has this helped you? You know what really tells the story, or what tells the purpose? Your story. Stories sell. Information just tells. Everybody knows what life insurance does, but put it behind a story. We have one of our agents that on Christmas Eve, a lady ran a red light and hit him head on. He ended up spending Christmas in the hospital. We did a whole recording on it. He recorded it. And he posted it. Because he talked about all that came to his mind was his 5 children. Because when he woke up, he was on a gurney. They were just checking his vitals. All he remembers was the hit and then waking up. That story right there, I just gave you a snippet. I didn't even give you details. And I see Mr. Vessa, I hope I said your name right. He was just shaking his head, his lips curled back. That story resonated with him. It wasn't the fact that he talked about life insurance. I just put it into real action. Remember the purpose. See, I didn't read every dot there. If the person's licensed, this is what the recommendations are. We recommend to always have an SM or an ED with you. That's your safe. You know those guys that tightrope walk? You know there's a safety net under them just in case they fall, they sneeze, and they fall in the net even though they feel they're going to die? That's what your SM and ED are, that net. Just in case a question's asked that you've never heard, which can happen, you have somebody to protect you there. What company are you with? These are questions to ask. What do you know about them? What do you know about their company? Some of us is our first IMO. And if it is, God bless you. You landed in the right place at the right time. Because some of us come with scars and horror stories that you will never have to deal with. But you want to know that so you learn about them. Why would you consider Experior? What are the pain points? What issues do they have? Like, you have to go through all this. And this is before presentation. Like, if Marcel wanted me to talk to Vesa, I'm going to tell Marcel, hey, Marcel, tell me about Vesa. Is he licensed? What company is he with? You know, the army doesn't go to war without doing what? Somebody unmute and say it. Without doing what? What do they do before they go into war, before they go and attack?
Training.
Anybody?
Training.
They train all their lives. Before going into a situation, they're trained, they're already trained, they know how to shoot, they know. But what do they do about their enemy? What's something they do?
They find out about their enemy.
Yeah, what is that called?
Weakness.
Reconnaissance.
Somebody said it, recon. They're doing recon. They're getting information. So I'm going to ask Marcio everything I can about the person he wants me to talk about. What company they're with. What issues do they have? Tell me, what do you... So I can build a presentation when I'm sitting with them one-on-one that's directed at them, touching their pain points, talking to them. That part is so important because it's recon. Otherwise, I'm looking for it. That's just going to take longer. Now, for non-licensed, what is their background? What would they do? Okay? How do things work? You want to know as much as you can. It's all recon. And now when you're speaking, you're relating to the story. So I have we all do BTOs, right? And sometimes one of our agents will have someone that has a team that they don't receive overrides if the person's not licensed with the same company. Well, now you know that here I can receive my override even if I don't have the license in that state. Never mind if I don't have that company. That doesn't exist everywhere. So I'm being told by my agent, I got this person coming to the BTO. That's probably not part of the BTO. I have to add it in my story. When I'm introducing, hey, my name is Leo Garcia. You know, one of the things I love about being in this company is that I have a whole team in California and I receive override all the time and I don't even have my California license. I just talked to that one person he invited. And it's not even on the slide. Why? Because I had recon. Or I have this non-licensed person that really don't like sales. Hi, how you doing? My name is Leo Garcia. You know, I talk about my story. I was a teacher. I've never sold anything. The only thing that I've ever done besides teaching is work in Chuck E. Cheese. I was the big mouse. I don't sell insurance, guys. You know what I do? I educate people and they make decisions. That person right there heard that. Wow, I don't need to sell insurance. I was prepared by having some recon. Very important. What gets people's attention? I don't know. You guys tell me. Does my voice inflection get your attention? Put your hand up if it does. Is it my energy? Is that something that's got your attention? Look at that. Marcel's all in. You know, this is how I know who's participating. I see all of you are here right now. We got 28 people here. There's a difference between being here, like I'm here, and being present. When you're present, that's when you're able to present. You see the difference? The words all relate. If you're here, you're present. Something's gathered. You're gathering information because you're saying, I want to be better in my business. I'm going to be present so I can present. So what catches? That's the first thing I ask people. What captures your attention? Because they're like, I don't know. I can't present like you. No, you can't, because you're not me. You're you. The information's the same, but what captures your attention when someone's presenting? Talk to yourself. Find somebody in the audience and talk to them. Make eye contact even if they're not looking at you. You know if you got their attention. That'll give you how to raise the bar. Like, maybe I need to speak a little louder. Maybe I need to bring my tone down. Because when you bring the tone down, people while presenting, sometimes they have to listen to what you're saying. So it makes it harder, so they have to pay more attention to what you're saying. So these are things you look into. Are you adding that little splash of FOMO? Does everybody know what FOMO stands for? Fear of missing out. You hear it all the time. Experience at the perfect place at the perfect time. Right now, it's all about, it's called business timing. It's all about the timing. That tea will drop eventually. But if you get in right now, woo, you're going to hit it no matter what. Talk about different experiences to give them that fear of missing out. Because we've all missed out on something. Look at all the people that missed out on Facebook. Because they didn't believe in it. I bet they're mad now. Uber. These are all different things that people are now, they missed out. Use these stories. Are you excited? Like all this thing, give it value. All these things are important. This is another screenshot moment for me because these are the things that you are preparing yourself before you sit and talk to somebody. And we're just talking about regular one-on-one presentation right now. What are the intangibles? The things that we sometimes can overlook? Well, one of the things I could tell you that's a major intangible is you. Have you watched enough BTOs, for example? Have you watched your 10 presentations with your trainer? Have you practiced them? I'll tell you what. One of the things I love about this business and I have a challenge with at the same time is the freedom. See, when you're a 9-to-5er, you're told be at work at 9 and you're getting out at 5. And if you don't do these things, you get fired, right? It's real simple. They give you a book when you come in here. These are the rules. Read them. If you don't read them, but you mess up, you're fired. People tend to take that more serious than their own business. That freedom, some people would just come to these meetings and just be here. And no offense, no shade on anyone that's doing this right now. Just being serious, being honest. You'll do this and you'll go clean your house. And you think that's helping you because you're free to do whatever you want. But then you don't know the first thing about your business because you are not present, engaged in the information. Now, guarantee you, if Experior said that when you're called up, if you can't present, you won't get paid on your first 5 policies, people will quit or people will learn. Like that. Every presentation, word by word, without even looking at a slide, because it changes everything. You got to do that for yourself here. So you got to practice. Get the presentations. Ask your uplines. Ask your leaders. Hey, can I get that presentation? Study it. Don't just have it. Study it. Go on your field appointments. Now, when you're presenting, you think I don't get nervous? I'm always nervous. I see the end first. Like, yeah, I did it. I got through it. I visualize every slide, every moment. When am I going to bring up my voice? When am I going to bring it down? What am I going to say? I'm already there. I know the prospects. This is all part of that first word we talked about, recon. Now, I can't come in here if I had a bad day and deal with that energy and try to present to you. Yeah, guys, how you doing? I'm going to talk to you about the presentation today. This is great. It's amazing, isn't it? You know how many of you will sign off? It's not about me. Your presentation is never about you. You got to learn to leave everything at the door. It's about the person you're about to help. The person which you're going to save their family from all the pain that they're going to receive if they don't actually do something with you. That agent that you're trying to throw a life preserver and actually teach them that this is the way of it. It's all about everyone but you. It's bigger than you. So when you present, you got to keep that in mind. You got to match up to the demeanor, the speed, the intonation of everything. Everything is, all intangibles are necessary, guys. You got to dress the part. Imagine I came in here in a my hair, my hair. Listen to me. My head in a do rag with a robe on. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go and present to you. You're gonna be like, is this guy serious? What is this? A circus? You got to be ready. Always be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Even when presenting, because you're always gonna present. Guys, presenting happens every day. You should be talking to 10 people a day. Talking means presenting. Your elevator pitch, knowing the business. This is talk. This is presenting. That's just different forms of it. So you have to be ready for that. You have to practice it. It has to become part of you. Number 6 is important. Respect their time. If you only have 30 or 40 minutes, get to the point. Imagine I drag this out for 4 hours and I read every word to you. A lot of you would have been signing off. There's 20. There's 32. Let's see how many stay here. Guarantee if I go past a certain amount of time, the numbers will drop because I didn't respect your time. Do not stay over your time. My mom always told me fish goes bad after 3 days. That means you can't stay there too long. That means for everything. The presentation, staying in people's houses, you got to be respectful. Now, for Zooms and for office meetings, setting it up is important. Knowing how to set things up, these breakout rooms, all that, you need to know all that. You got to be ready for that. These are typical rules for when you're in there actually like sitting at the kitchen table. Most good memories, are at the kitchen table. You don't want to sit on the couch to relax. You want people paying attention. All right, these are all little things that you should definitely take a screenshot of. And most importantly, you got to know the person you're talking to by monitoring their reactions. See, I learned that a long time ago. If somebody has their arms crossed and you're in the table, this is a trick I did. I always had a pen in my hand. I would purposely drop my pen near them so they have to uncross their arms, grab my pen and, give it to me because they're being nice. If they go back to an arm cross position, I got to do something else. Maybe drop the pen again. Because when somebody's like this, they're closed up. They're not listening. They're guarded. I want this. I want them open. So these are some face-to-face type of, you can't really control a lot of these in Zoom, but your voice controls everything in Zoom. And the things you say, are you disturbing them? Are you creating curiosity, intrigue? Add yourself into the presentation. Next time you guys watch the BTO, notice if the speakers talk to you about how they're in the business. Do they add themselves into the story? See, that's why the BTOs are always different, even though it's the same information. Because it's different people, different backgrounds, different stories. Last week it was me and Andrea, and we're both teachers. A lot of teachers would relate. You know what else they relate to? My hardships, the things I overcame, the success story. These are all part of you got to put yourself into the presentation. Now, your story is your glory. Some people don't like their story. They don't want to talk about things because they don't want people to know. Why not? Why not? You survived your story. Every testimony has a test before it. Be that testimony for that person. They want to relate to you. They want to, in your presentation, people are looking for relatable people. Before you begin, share your story and introduce yourself. Why did you look at Experior? What was the pain? What was your need? Because when you're answering these questions, some of these questions are the same questions they have in their mind. But there's 100 people here. You can't ask everybody at the same time. Hey, why are you looking around? Like, no, just talk about it. If you talk about your story, you'll knock around half of the crowd probably because we all end up in the same situation. It's very similar. Maybe you started as a client, like I literally did, and were impressed. Then you started. What are you excited about? What did you find out? Relate parts of your story to them. Again, recon. Now in a BTO, we don't know who's there. You don't know who's watching. You don't even know who invited the person. So that's where your story comes in. And stories you know. And your main thing is to show them that it's possible. I went through this. I went through that. Darren's story, $160,000 in debt. Man. And I was crying about 30. Now I look at Darren, I'm like, wow, he's near $2 million a year. Man, if he could do it, I can do it. Because he's doing it. He was negative 160. I was only negative 30. If he could do it, I can do it. And you know what? I could do it faster. Why? Because he did it first, so now he showed me the way. If you're able to dictate that in your presentation, man, that'll make you so powerful. Now, this right here, I want everyone to please take a screenshot. Woo! This part right here. Let's stop sharing for a second, Leo. Let's see the beautiful faces. Edification is everything. I'm going to give you an example. You got your single friend, John, and I'm going to introduce him to Florence because I think, Florence, I don't know if you're married or not. I'm just using your name because you popped up, okay? No offense. I'm going to introduce him to Florence, right? And I'm going to try to play matchmaker. You guys tell me which one you think Florence is actually going to have a conversation with. Ready? This is scenario A. I'm going to bring my friend John. Hey, John! Florence, John. And I walk away. That's scenario 1. Here's scenario 2. Florence. Oh, man. I want you to meet my friend. He works in my company. He's a 6-figure earner. He's real sharp, always dressed up, really positive. Man, he reads so many books a day. I don't even know this guy. Every other word he says to me just shocks me. Ready? Florence, meet John. John, meet Florence. I guarantee you the difference between scenario 1, scenario 2 is scenario 1, she's going to go, okay. Scenario 2, she's going to say, hi. Because now she's curious. What is he going to say? He reads all these books. Look at it. He's sharp. Oh, my God. He actually got a career or job. You know, edification is half the battle. And I've been on appointments where people say, this is my executive director, Leo. Leo, this is Annie. And I sit there like, okay. Here I go. And I got to do all this talking to buy the trust. Let me explain something to you before I show that slide again. Edification, when you are helping, when you are part of the table, when you are bringing somebody in front of your trainer, and I'm sure there's more parts. I make it really simple. There's 2 parts. There's trust and knowledge. You are the trust. They're in that room, in that meeting, in that Zoom because of you, because they trust you. I'm the knowledge. 50-50 make 100. Now, for you to complete that 50, you have to tell your friend, mom, brother, sister, uncle, grandmother, why is Annie here? I trust you, but why did you bring this lady here? She's a stranger. Well, now I'm going to fill my complete 50 by saying, Mom, I brought Annie here because Annie has been with the company for so many years. She's training me. She holds one of the highest titles. I hope you guys understand that ED, SED, NP, whatever initials you want to put don't mean jack to a civilian. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I say things like she holds one of the highest titles. She has so many representatives that she's helped lead to success. She's taught so many people to get to 6 figures, and you know how important that is to me. I'm so thankful that she's here. This is Annie. Annie speaks 3 different languages, Mom. She could talk to me in English, Spanish, and French, and sometimes I don't even know what she's saying. She is so amazing because I'm a sort of a comedian. That's something I would probably say. Then I say, Annie, I want you to meet my mom. My mom raised 3 sons on $18,000 a year. I have no idea. I never skipped a meal, and I always had Nikes on my feet. I don't know how she did it. She learned how to rob Peter to pay Paul, but she did it with excellence. She has a doctorate in that. And I'm just so happy that she took the time to come meet you. I wanted you guys to meet because, one, for me, I'm going to be trained by one of the best. And two, I'm going to be able to have a living example of what people like you, Mom, are able to do. Thank you both for coming. And I get out the way. Now Annie has 50% of her block filled, and now Annie is ready to go to work. Now she could take out her tools. When you go, Mom, Annie, Mom, she doesn't even know what tools to take out. I gave her no recon, and she has to build herself up to be trustworthy. That's a half hour of conversation and small talk. Oh my God, she has to look to see she has to find a common thread to try to pull on it. Oh, I love, you got so much green. Look at your background. Are those diplomas? Oh, wow. Why you have that color yellow? Did you choose that? Oh, yeah, I love yellow. Oh, I love yellow too. Now she could begin because she found a common thread. Do you know how hard it is to do that on Zoom? With everybody having a background? Now I got to say, oh, I love your hair, love your glasses. Oh my, because I can't even say you smell good. Now I got to go by something visual and hope that I connect. Because if Annie had a bad day and I say, I love your smell, she goes, I'm faking it. Oh, there goes that idea out the window. Oh my God, you wear glasses? I'm tired and I can't see. Oh, there goes two things down. Oh crap, I'm failing. She has no chance. Why? Because you missed one of the most important parts of a presentation. I'm not talking about kneecap to kneecap. I'm not talking about EFA. I'm not talking about BTO. I'm talking about presentation. Period. Darren edifies every person before he lets them speak. Every person. He could have just met you. And he would have said, this guy is so great. He look at the way he combed his hair today. He came ready to show you guys how to present. Makes you feel good. Plus the crowd now wants to pay attention. Guys, I'm going to put that slide up again because to me it's the most important slide in any training. This right here is one of the hardest things that I've seen that people mess up all the time. And this is a script. I just show you edification without a script. Bill and Mary, I want to introduce you to my trainer, success coach. Don't use terminology from the business. Upline. What the hell does that mean? Don't use that. Keep it simple. Trainer, blank. He or she is one of the main reasons I got into this business because of what they were able to do for me. They were servant. They were a servitude leadership right there to me financially. They helped me get my finances ready. They helped me lead. Show them why this person is there with them. What did they do for you? Period. Once I realized the power of the information, I decided to work with Experior and blank trainer. Is one of the top trainers, agency owners. Any of these things work. And is doing some great things with Experior. And I'm really fortunate to have him or her here with me tonight to share what we do. So, blank, thank you for your time tonight. I know how busy you are, and I'll turn things over to you. Now, what is this doing? This is telling the person on the other side, this person has done all this for me. And I brought them here because if they did it for me, guess what? They can do it for you too. Do you guys see the power of edification? Now, it's my job to edify Annie. It's my job to edify the guest. Edify both of them, because if you just edify Annie, hold on a second, time out. Bring it back, come rewind. I have to see your faces, because you guys, whoever wants to show their face, you got to understand this part. If I edify Annie to my mom, Annie now has a glow. But if I forget to edify my mom to Annie, my mom got an attitude like, what makes her so special? Is she better than me? You just put your trainer in a worse pickle than not edifying at all. You're not training the trainer to give them their flowers. You're making the process easier is what you're doing. And when there's an easier process, when you get through the carbs, we can get to the meat of the meal. The meat is where you learn. That's where you learn. How to ask the questions on the EFA. That's where you learn. All that other stuff is bread. You don't need it. You've been doing bread all your life. You know how to say hi to people? You know how to introduce yourself? But can you ask the proper question in an EFA to get the answer that you're looking for, not on the base level, but underneath the things that they hold that they don't want to tell you? Like, yeah, I make $100,000. Guess what they don't tell you? How much debt they got. They don't want to tell you that. But you got to learn how to get that information. So why don't you make it easier by edifying your trainer and then edifying the other person? Make them feel good. Make them feel like they are also important. Each and every one of you want to feel important. And if you say you don't, you're lying. We all wear the sign, compliment me. Because if you didn't, none of you will wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, take the coal out your eye, make sure your breath don't stink, put your hair in the right place, iron your shirt, put on your clothes the right way. You would not do any of those things if you didn't care. We do that because we want people to notice. And I look in the mirror and the first person that notices is me. You look good today. Well, guess what? Everybody wants to look good and feel good. So edification is very important. Yes, I stretched it. I gave it a lot. I had to, because it's so missed. This is to me, this is old school and Old Testament and should never have gone away. For some reason, people don't do it anymore. So now I digress and move on. Trainers thank prospects and edify trainees back. This is all I said. Everything I just said, I'm not reading it to you. I'll take it 2 seconds. I'll leave it up if you want to take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gave you enough of a story on that. Trainers set the stage for the presentation. That's so important too. See, Rory edified me. I learned so much from him. Some of you know Rory in person. Some of you really know him. Some of you seen his content. The minute he said that, he took the flashlight off of him and he said, now look at Leo. And you guys follow the light. He set the tone. If he would have came in here, I'll give you an example. Said, oh, guys, we're late. Thank you for coming. Leo's just going to present. You're going to be like, what the hell is going to happen now? This guy is bored out of his mind. I waited 30 minutes just to get on the Zoom and he's coming in like this. I should have just gone out to eat lunch. I should have just gone. Why am I here? As a matter of fact, yeah, why am I here? Because he set the tone. Now you just shut off your screen and you stay behind it. And you're no longer present. Why? Because the set there was no energy. Annie came in with energy and said, I don't know if this guy's here. You know what? Let's go. I'm going to do the whole thing myself. Everybody was like, let's go. It wasn't only her because I was here. I was going to tell her I'll help. I've done the BTO, but she was on the road, too much energy. I could not I was like, go, you go, girl. Whoa, all right. Fasten your seatbelt. I don't even know if I'm training next, but I'll be ready. She just went. Bang, 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 bang. It's energy. That energy is contagious. That's all a presentation is the transfer of energy. So please always set the stage. And I'm not telling you got to be rambunctious and exciting and loud like me. That's not energy. That's just Leo. I could have done this in a monotone voice and show you how great how good I feel about being here. All right. I could set the stage for this at this tone. I have no problem doing that. That's just not me being natural and being myself, because eventually I'm going to change the tonality. But I can do this all day. I was a teacher. I had to do this for 8 hours a day. I had no problem with that. But I could still capture your attention, making direct contact to some of you on the screen. So you set the stage. Give a good overview of what your company does. The best part about a BTO is not the words on the screen, but is when you inflect up. I know what part is important to everybody presenting without them having to say it. Some people love the fact that we crossed into the U.S. Some people love the shares. Some people love the amount of companies we have. Some people love residual income. Some people love the meetings. And you could tell next time you go to a BTO, just watch the difference in the presenter's face and you'll know what part really excites them. Just watch. You'll see. When you're able to see that, I feel that you're ready. And you should always be ready. Because if you can't do a presentation, you can't run your business. Until you can, and I'm not talking about a BTO, listen to the words. I said the presentation. Until you're not ready for presentation, you're an employee. And I don't know anybody who came here to be an employee. That's what you are. You're an employee. You're still hoping for somebody to be there. Hoping, which thank God Experian is what it is. Where people are ready to help. Eager to help. But the fact that you still are hoping after being here a long time just shows that you're not ready for your own business. You're still an employee. If this speaks, trainer set stage for the presentation. If this speaks some interest for you guys personally, fantastic. But really the goal for today is to help such and such out with his training. This is when you're sitting in the EFA type of situation, when you're bringing a guest on. This is not about Annie. I started without even showing the presentation, telling you that presentations are not about the presenter. It's never about the presenter. I am not doing this right now today at, what time is it? 1:43 Eastern Standard Time for Leonardo Garcia. You know why? Because I know this. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for other people. So I got to give you guys everything on this screen. It's not about me. So no presentations about the presenter. It's always about the person that is actually putting the thing together. So as a presenter, do that. That's what we're doing. So Blank told me a little bit about you guys. They gave you some recon. You know, to you might see like, oh, that's a little intrusive. They talked about me without being in the room. No, that shows importance. You know how many people you know on your phone that you never talk about? I bet you the top 10 people you talk about, they're important. If you're talking about me, I'm important, whether I'm in the room or not. Hey, guess what? It works even if they're talking bad about you. They just made you important. You ever heard the phrase, there's no such thing as bad publicity? That's where it came from. Because if people are talking about you, you're relevant. Period. So that's not going to hurt your family. Oh, they told me a little bit about yourself. Can I ask a few questions before I get started? They're going to say sure. You know what FORM stands for, guys? FORM. Anybody knows what FORM stands for? There's a lot of new people on the line. Help us out. I know what FORM stands for. I want to see if anybody else knows what it stands for.
Family Occupational Recreation Message.
FORM is exactly how that is whoever said that. I can't see your screen. I wish you. That is the order to have a conversation. These are the questions you ask. Some people say, what do I say? I don't know what to say. What do I ask them? Ask them about their family. What do they do as an occupation? What do they do for recreation? Other word, what do you do for fun? And that's going to include a conversation. And after they talk and you share, oh yeah, how's your family? How many kids you got? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, what do you do for work? Oh yeah, I do this, you do that. Oh my God, great. What do you do for fun? I love to jet ski. Oh yeah, I love to snowboard. Oh, ah. Now you drop the message. Family, occupation, recreation, message, form. And you know what's sad? That I asked who knows what FORM stands for. It was on the screen and only one person screamed it out. That is scary. This is scary. I want you to know, I'm being really honest and I know it's being recorded. That is scary. I should have seen hand emojis. I should have heard somebody says right in front of me. I'm watching it and I'm like, nobody said that. Wow. Guys, it's important to be present in order to present. I hope I'm hammering home the message today. This is the message. You have to be present. Let's be business owners. Let's learn, own, and actually be able to express our business. That was scary. That was a scary moment. I understand, Bill. You are an engineer in the engineering world. That's just all you're doing is having a conversation. This is all the trainers doing. And I want you guys to understand that, because the minute you do, it's easier for you to actually book appointments on your trainers' calendars. The thing with me is the quicker I wanted to learn, the more of this I did. I didn't even know how I was getting people to a calendar. Mind you, at that time, it was in person. But I was like, oh, you got to see this. Come with me. What are you doing Thursday? Nothing. I'll pick you up. See, it's hard to jump out of a car. But now on Zoom, there's a different challenge. So you guys got to get creative. Less is more. I'm not going to, oh, look, I just joined this company. I want you to check it out. All that is like, oh, my God, another one of those things. You gotta freshen it up, change it up. Less is more. Oh, you gotta see this, man. Oh, I'm gonna hurt. You know what? I'm gonna text you the information. I'll see something. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, my mom's calling me. What was he trying to tell me? Oh, he texted me a Zoom. Oh, let me just show up. You gotta get creative with this, because that's part of setting the stage. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. A lot of people, it's hard to just come at them with scripts. I'm not a script guy. You can't come at me with a script. I'm always reading in between the lines. If this piques some interest for you guys, like I said beginning, hold on, let me go to the next slide, sorry. Tie the business in every time as much as possible, man. If they're employees, have you ever thought about having your own business? I use something a little different than this. When I talk to employees, I use something, I say, do you plan on retiring from here? I'm just curious. Do you plan on retiring from here? I've yet to hear somebody in a regular type of business say, yeah, their 401k package is amazing. I just haven't heard it. Most people are looking for a second job. That's when I offer it. I never say owned. For me, in some people I do, especially if I'm having a conversation, but this is not my go-to, and I'll tell you another reason why. Some people can't imagine owning a house. If I tell them owning a business, it's overwhelming. So I keep it simple. You plan on retiring from here? Do you keep your options open? Do you have options? Do you keep your options open when it comes to making more money? Like, do you play around and try to do side gigs? Like, have different type of conversations, something smaller that they're already thinking about. But this is a great example because it works. Have you ever thought of owning your own business? Like I said, it all depends on the crowd. And always have two. If that one didn't work, shoot your other one. I just gave you one. That's all. No harm, no foul. You ain't hurting nobody. The only time you're hurting and you're messing up when you don't try. When you don't utter the words out of your mouth. That's how. And these are just examples. I don't want to read all this to you. I want to get to the other part that's important too. Explain to the trainee their role on referrals. Well, Bill and Mary, thanks for sharing, and I'm excited to get started. Now, why is this part important right here? I like to talk about why this is all important, because your presentation and all that we spoke about before leads to what keeps your business going. You see that R word? Refer. How do you read that word? Referrals? You can get referrals whether you help someone or not, if you present the right way, if you end it with the right questions. Our hope is that you love what you see and you'll be able to help such and such, the other person, out and send some people his way. Sounds good, guys? That sentence, if I had a trainer and my trainer didn't do something of the sorts of like that, ask for referrals for me, I would have a problem. Yeah, I said it. I just put a lot of trainers on the spotlight right now. Because if a trainer doesn't take the time to close it out for me, how's my business going to continue growing? In my organization, we do a no lead business. We are the lead. I do not buy leads. I do not pay for emails and phone numbers. Referrals is where it's at. So you got to ask for them. One of the biggest things I learned in entrepreneurship from going to a conference was that it was an astounding number. 89% of people are great at presentation, but they don't ask for the order. They don't ask for the order. They don't ask for referrals. They don't ask for account information. They don't ask what people consider the hard questions. Have you guys heard of that stat that people don't ask the order? If you don't believe me, go to people's Facebooks and look at some of the recruiting ads that people have or posts. They'll tell you about the company and they'll say something like, see you there. They don't say DM me, call me. There's no order. There's no. You're not asking me to do nothing. You just asked me to watch your video. Great. I'll do that again. I'll play it again and again and again. Nobody told me what to do. You got to ask for the order. Ask for the referrals. Open your mouth. Everybody good so far? Give me a thumbs up and emoji. Come on, give me a thumbs up and an emoji. Oh, yes. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see some faces here. Now, this part I'm gonna leave there for a second. Referrals. It begins with at the very beginning of the presentation. That's how I pretty much built my entire business. This is all, guys. Oh my God. Tonight is a good example as I am here because of your trainee, right? Say their name, say names, just like when you're presenting. Do you have children? Yes. Ask for the names. Make it personal. Yeah, my son is John, Joe, and Smith, and John, Joe, and Jane. Refer to them as John, Joe, and Jane. Stop saying your children, your children, your children. You sound general. It's the same thing when you're asking for referrals and you're talking. This is how we grow our business. We get so many referrals when we do a great job for our clients. You know you're planting a seed right there, right? You probably never gotten one referral. They don't know that. But you get so many referrals. If you say that with excitement, it's believable. Now, if you say, we get so many referrals. Oh, really? You do? Well, you're not getting any from me. You're not doing a good job. I guess not. So I have different ways of asking for referrals. Hey, Vessa, do you think I did a great job? If I did a great job for you, listen. Right now, the way we rate ourselves is we have a 5-point system. You okay? You can help me get 5 points today? Can you? I just need 5 referrals. Every one of them is worth 20 points. I want to get 100 today. You said I did well. Let's go. Who do you know right away? Everybody wants to help someone. Get the referrals. Ask your upline for ideas. But the first thing, I really, in my opinion, if you just say, do you have any referrals? I count that as a win. Because so many people don't do it, that's a win. You can learn what things to say afterwards. But ask around. Here's a crazy question. How many of you going to convention? How many of you going to convention? You know convention is not only about the people on the stage, right? Convention is also about walking around, bumping into people, and getting those questions that other people in your team might be doing it the same way, and you might want a different way. Say, Annie, how do you get referrals? You know, Annie's gonna sit there and tell you. By the time she looks up, oh my God, I gotta go on stage, and I'm sorry. I hope you got something, and she's got to run because they love to tell you about the business. People, there is no secrets here, but are you in the right rooms and the right places to ask how do you get these things? You saw how I brought in the convention into the part about referrals? Oh, man, and I didn't read the slide at all. I read a few words. Let me see. Florence, am I presenting? Am I doing a good job presenting? You could be honest. You won't hurt my feelings. I don't get hurt that easily.
You did good.
I'm doing good. Look at that. I got a rating. She's paying attention.
I enjoyed every bit of it. I enjoyed it.
You know what's crazy? I'm not reading the slides.
What I needed.
And I'm not reading the slides. Thank you. I appreciate it. She could have said I'm not doing good. This right here, everyone does it different. Darren has his way of doing it. I've seen Annie. I do it different because everybody's definition of freedom is different. I read some of the pictures to touch everybody, but then I always talk about what freedom means to me. And if you haven't noticed, we're getting into the BTL. This is the important presentation. This is the important part of the presentation. This right here, there's so many people that go up to their uplines, leaders, whatever tag you want to use them, and say, I don't know what to say to this person. What do you do? Why are you in this business? What do you mean? They take it almost like you're insulting them. Why did you get into this business? Your why is what you tell them. That's what you tell them. Why did you get into this business? That's the answer. When you get to the corporate overview, it's very important to go through it. So let's go through this and let's start paying attention. I don't read. Listen, you just had a corporate overview by Annie. She does a phenomenal job. I don't do anything like her. I look at some. I just stole an idea on how she says, and I've heard Darren say it many times. You know, your money goes up, your money goes down, it goes sideways. Which one would you eliminate? I was like, ooh, I like the way she said it. Note to self: next time I present, I got to steal Annie. I steal pieces from everybody. I am a world-class thief in this business. I copy the right cats. And when I see that a certain cat says something, I'm like, I like that. Maybe I can throw my little funny splash into it. I like that. Yeah, a little comedy. Because that's who I am. But the corporate overview, here it is. Hey, what's going on, Cedric? Just saw you. Popped up in my screen. What are they thinking? The goal is to answer all their questions during the presentation. If you haven't realized, this is an art form. We all say, oh, after the presentations, ask all the questions you want. We're going to make sure we answer them. No, we're already answering them during the presentation because the presentation was created to answer all those questions on the way there. That's why we don't let people interrupt. Because a lot of times they'll ask a question and it's in the next slide. Very rare do you get a question that's not on the slides. But what people are really looking for is this a credible, good business / company? It could be selling socks. They just want to know, can I do it? Does it make money? How long is it going to take? Your answer, can I do it? When you talk about who you are, when the next speaker talks about who they are, when you give examples of people that you see on the screen, in the presentation, there's a whole part of, you got a nurse, a forklift operator, a franchise owner. Like, they're showing you all people that have made it. The other thing they want to know, is there a need for what I do? I don't know about you guys. I watch Shark Tank a lot. And one of the things that they always talk about is, don't come on the show if you can't solve a problem. That's what people are looking at. Is there a problem to be solved in this business? How big of the problem? The bigger the problem, and you have a solution, the better opportunity is to have success in that business. Like selling toothpaste and financial services are two different things. There's a bigger need for people that have debt, no life insurance, health insurance. There's a lot more of a bigger pool of people to help out than people that don't got toothpaste. That's why there's a good business, because the business can help everybody, rich, poor, doesn't matter. They can be helped. Does any of this apply to us? How do we benefit? Can I do it? All you're doing is fighting doubt when someone first gets to a BTO. That is going to be your main thing, the first thing you're doing. Do you guys know these two people? Have you read the book? I believe Annie talked about this book. Man, this was one of our books of the month. We read this book. I know some of you might be brand new, just got here. I think it's important to know who Jamie and Leanne Prickett are. I mean, it's only the start of Experior. I'm not telling you to know their favorite color. I'm telling you to know something about them. And you know what? If you don't know anything, there's a line right here. Young, vibrant, engaged in growth model. These are two CEOs and founders, because it says it there. Hint, hint. If you read the presentation, you don't have to read too much. Hint, you know? Jamie and Leanne Prickett, there's a young, vibrant couple, and they really believed in the growth model that it could be better. And I'm just so thankful that they did this, because if they didn't, I wouldn't be here. Ready? On to the next. And I'm making light of it. You really should know it, but do you see? When we first did the BTO, I was so nervous because I didn't know any of the Canadian products. I still don't know. I know some of these companies, but I don't know how they use in Canada. So when it comes to this slide, and for you guys in Canada that are looking to get into our business, we have so many great top tier companies such as Foresters, True Stage, Blue Cross. I mean, if you see it, you name it, we have it. On to the next. I'm not going to stay there because I can't talk about it, but I know enough about certain companies. You got to know your business. These are referral partners. Debt Medic. You know who Debt Medic is? Do you guys know we own part of Debt Medic? Okay. Legal Shield. What do they do? I don't know anything about Pets or Us or Pets Plus Us, but these are affiliate companies. These are companies that we're able to help people with mortgages. Notice they put it under what they do. With mortgages, with debt consolidation and customer proposals. We help with legal protection and wills, with bank account, credit cards, mortgages. These are our affiliate markets, so we can do anything from A to Z. If it's deal with money, we can do it. That's how we help people. I don't know the definition of all these companies, but guess what? It's written there. Use the presentation, leverage it. But be excited. Now I'm in the US. I know the US companies. My enthusiasm might go up. Same thing as the Canadian one. Powerful partnerships that fuel growth. Quantum. What does Quantum do? What does Global View do? They help with the advanced market, annuities, and other things that we have. See, we don't work alone here. There's no problem I can't solve because I don't have to solve it by myself. We have great partnerships like Global View Capital Management and Quantum. Even if I don't know what they do, I made them sound really important, didn't I, Vessa? They sound important, right? Just because of my tonality. I didn't say, they're in charge of this. They help us with that. No, these are powerful partnerships that we have. We don't do everything alone. We have two other partners with us that are going to help us with advanced market, such as. But now can someone tell me what's important about this slide? What do they see in this slide? Because I want you to, what was that?
Eliminate.
Eliminate. You saw the word eliminate. I like that. That means you saw that. But what else? Tell me what's noticeable.
Eliminates debt. So it clears the debt. So anybody who has debt, they can actually get them settled.
For presenting purposes, I'm going to give you're all on the right track. But look, why are some letters bold and some are not? Everyone's going to look at the bold.
I like what they do.
The bold part is what you're making people, the audience, draw out to it. So that's where you should be reading to.
Oh, 70% of those attending our free checkup identify debt settlement as their best options.
So when you're presenting to the crowd, it's sort of telling you what's important to say, and it's also telling the crowd what's important to look at. 40 to 60 reduce their debt. So this is all about the presentation and the BTO right now. This is all this we're doing now. We talked about regular presentation, edification. Now we're talking about your business right here. How do you present these slides? This picture says it all for you. I got to move y'all faces real quick. Protection. If a family member passes away unexpectedly, what would happen next? Sierra, are you going to get a GoFundMe? Or are you going to hope that they had a life insurance policy? It's so important. This is what we do. We save people from GoFundMes. We make sure that the families are protected. And they have the right type of policy for that family at that time that something happens. It's all about your voice. This is your instrument. How do we do that? How much insurance is enough insurance? See, I run into a lot of people that tell me, oh, I got insurance. And I say, are you sure you got enough? Oh, we have a formula. I could do it for you right now. It's called life. That's when we take your liabilities and, like, for example, right here in this example, guys, liabilities, this person has $375,000. In income replacement, they need about 10 years. So they need about $500,000. In final expenses, they got $25,000 they need, right? Education, we're being real modest. $50,000 a kid for education, we're being modest. Let's say they have one kid is $100,000, let's say. That means that this person needs $1 million of coverage. This is what we do, Vessa. We take that $1 million and we find the best way to get you $1 million of coverage that fits your need, fits your budget, and helps your family. That's what we do. I can also read L stands for liabilities, which is like mortgage, credit cards, all your debt. Well, in this example, somebody owes $375,000. The purpose of today's presentation is to teach you how to present and to tell you that your energy is what's needed. Your tonality, when to bring it up, when to bring it down. Oh, I love this picture. Look at it. Infinity, the $1 million baby. Talk about the $1 million baby. Why is it important? We're talking about investment strategies. Again, another thing, I'm teaching you how to present. I'm not going to go through the information because you've already sat through these. So I hope you're understanding what I'm saying and I'm not just speaking jargon. But if you look at this, the bold information is for you to become a better presenter. All you have to do is transition. So $1 million baby, let me tell you why that's important, because these are investment strategies that we talk about. The $1 million baby is an investment strategy. Think about this. 74% retire with less than $100,000 in retirement. Imagine that. Less than $100,000. You're 65 years old. You're supposed to live off of less than $100,000. Can you live off of less than $100,000 right now? Do you guys think you can do that? What am I doing? I'm creating a disturbance. I'm disturbing the person in the meeting. They probably can't live $100,000 now. Now, imagine when they retire. Question. There's also to disturb. What is the plan to avoid ending up here? Do you have a plan, Aiden? Do you have a plan, Tiara? Do you have a plan? I mean, do you have a plan? Have you thought about it? When you plant that question into somebody's head, they're thinking about this the whole time throughout your presentation. These are powerful questions. I've never had to do this, but I can. What is your FIN number? Well, it is the total amount of money you would need to put away by retirement to live comfortably. So let's talk about your FIN number. What is the total monthly expenses? Multiply that by 12. Now times that by, and you're making people do an exercise during the presentation that they're mentally doing, and that's an example there. There's a question in the bottom right. What is the plan to get there? These are powerful questions created purposely to get people that you invite to the BTO to move. There's the slide I was talking about. How do you minimize your risk? See, the markets can go up, yay, can go down, boo, or stay straight. The only thing I know that goes straight, that's a flat line, is when people die. Beep. See, that's a joke. That's my joke. Because that's why I just put in your head. Beep. Oh my God, I don't want my money to go beep. Like, oh my God, the CD, like CDs, beep. Oh God, your bank account, beep, gives you less than 0.001% interest, beep. I'm just creating a picture. That's all I'm doing. Marcel's dying right now. What if we could eliminate one of these? Which one would you eliminate? 9 times out of 10 people pick the right one. And that's the down arrow. And then I talk about the expert financial analysis. You've heard many of us say it. I don't know. I said it a long time ago. I don't need credit for that. A lot of us say it. But what is a financial Other companies call it different things. Some people have called it all different acronyms. We call it expert financial analysis. Make it simple. What does that mean to people? A financial GPS. Financial GPS. That's how I explain it. If you don't have a GPS, you don't know where you're going. We're going to tell you what you can do financially. And we have an excellent one. Know your presentations. Imagine, it should say imagine, got to fix that, sorry. Imagine the peace of mind having your debt eliminated, proper insurance, solid investment strategies, guaranteed income strategies, and tax saving strategies. Who needs what we do? You see the difference between me saying, imagine peace of mind, who needs what we do? There's a reason for the madness. It's circled in red. Give it some power. It's a power question. Everybody needs what we do. Now, what is the opportunity? How about an extra income? Can you imagine? I'm putting this in. These are seeds again. Making an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month. What you can do? For some of us right now, that'd be a world of change. We can pay off debt. We could buy or rent a home. We could pay for our kids' education. I'm talking about extra. Eat out some nights with your significant other. Hey, take a vacation. You can help out families and friends. Give to an important charity. Some of us need this. We could buy a new car. You want to paint that picture for people. And if you notice something, I'm going to give you a tip here. This talks to every type of person. The aggressive person, the person that likes to just, we call them colors. This talks to every color. Most people lives are significantly better or have a better quality of life with just an extra $1,000. Can I make money? Well, I don't know. Can you? Of course you can. How? Doing this part-time at a twin career. Go full-time. Or become an agency owner. Read the bottom parts. Read them. Know them. Learn them. So when it's your turn to say them and present them, they're great. There's continuations of can I do this? You can start part-time. You have no experience needed. Non-stop webinar and training. Product knowledge groups. Personal and business development. Online discounted licensing course for those of you that do not have your license. A 24/7 video library and hands-on training. We got marketing skills and financial knowledge. This is all you need to do this business right. We're going to help you with that because this is like business in a box. I hope you're getting the point. Use your own words. Career and lifestyle. Today, job owner. 3 to 5 years from now. Let me ask you a question for those of you that have a job. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing today, where will you be in 3 to 5 years with your current job or business? Let that marinate. Because believe me, when that question's asked, even the presenter's thinking. You can continue as is and shrink your goals and dreams, or you could challenge yourself and grow and make a change. Here are your options. This is the presentation. Oh, asking closing questions. So guys, screenshot moment. So guys, I know, first of all, most people do these one-on-ones as well. So guys, I know this is a training appointment for Susan, but out of curiosity, if you had to pick between 1, 2, or 3, which one would you pick? This is like if you're doing a BTO one-on-one. You're basically seeing what they do. Great. The next step is to book a time to gather some information and go over the business. Never leave an appointment without the next one being booked. See, the BTO is your kneecap to kneecap presentation. It's all part of the system. So for people that cannot do a BTO, I have a surprise. That means you can't present. Ask to do an EFA. If doing the EFA on the same appointment, end with what you want. So guys, you said number 1, to see how the concepts and ideas can work in your own situation. That's awesome. I hope you guys use your own words. So it would take about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how many questions you have. So we can book another day and time, or since we're already here, we could do it now and get it started and now and get started now. How does that sound? We can do it now, sure. In other words, if you're in someone's home, you're already presented, try to get the EFA done now. Love the people you're with. Getting a second appointment is not easier. It's not easy. Life be lifing. Things happen all the time. You got them there now? Do it now. Do the EFA. Now, asking for the AOA, same thing. Do it now. It takes 10 to 15 minutes, guys. And thank you for your attention today. I don't know if I went over on time. I didn't even check how long it took me to present. But I am open for any questions regarding anything that you guys saw today. Anything. I'm with it. But that was, before I open it up for questions, the system we have is very basic and very simple to follow. The problem is that we make it hard. See, that is the BTO. So if you're closing $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in business, and let's say Darren says, hey, can you guys do a BTO? You should be able to say yes because it's the same presentation. It's literally the same presentation. There's no tricks, guys. The difference is it's one person or a crowd. It's the same presentation. So I hope you guys ask for it. Darren would have to give it to you. He's making a few changes, but I would tell you to study it. Say it to yourself. Record yourself doing the BTO. Record yourself. Time yourself. See how long it takes you. You know what's the hard part after recording yourself? There's the hard part, Vesa. You know what it is? You got to watch it. Because I know a lot of people that will record themselves. They'll never watch it, though. They'll never watch themselves presenting. You got to watch it. You have to watch it so you can say, oh, I don't like the way. What was I looking at? Oh, I looked confused. Because that's what everybody else is seeing. Practice it. You have to be in the situation before they actually put you in the situation. That's the best advice I can give you. Yes, Marcel. Let me stop the recording.